my pet ball up. Dumping in bag, friends from the turn and the haters, I'm watching them fall up. I just walked in the safe, she looking like she wanna spit on my rags. She looking like she wanna spit on this debt. I think she just wanna spit for the cash. I think she just wanna spend for the money. That's probably why I'm a fucking in dash. Cut to her hold my DM, she looking good.
Reports of zombies in Taiwan, an internet rabbit hole. Now, we haven't really gotten into the body cams and shit of videos or nothing, but I think that's the start. I don't want my channel to seem kiddish or kid friendly for real, because we watching and reacting to anything that is possible without any creators being like, hey, take our video down, you know. So I want to really try to expand what we react to have a wide variety. I don't exactly even know how this reaction shit works. I'm still frankly new to this side of YouTube. I know it's a way harder to get like actual reactions of shows and shit off, obviously. So even this is like, damn, gotta kind of be careful of what to watch, because some creators will copyright you. Now, I'm not saying that out of recency, I'm just saying in general, while we're also trying to find more content to watch besides the same old rotated stuff. But yeah, this video was made by Point Raven 8 days ago. News of 8 days ago? Huh? Oh wait, news of a zombie incident in Taiwan in the 60s keeps coming up in the news. Both locals and national news agree on the details. What really happened, and were there 2 more cases involving zombies in Taiwan? It was some cannibal shit like back in the day, maybe like 2015, 16, maybe earlier. I'm not sure. It's kind of a blur, but I remember like I think it was back in Florida. It was like this cannibal case going on. Believe it was on YouTube. If y'all know what I'm talking about, please comment, please, because I do not exactly remember the details on that, but I think a YouTuber covered it. I just can't remember the details, but it was for sure in Florida. Florida always got some shit going on.
July 2022, ET Today, one of Taiwan's biggest news sites, published an interview with an old man from Jikan, a tiny fishing village on the southern coast of Taiwan. In the interview, the old man talked about how in 1966, he watched his village dig up a neighbor's grave and burn the body in front of a crowd.
What?
He described the coffin being opened and how the nails of the dead had grown long.
Oh, wow.
He also said that the village men pinned down the body while they were burning it because they were afraid it would sit up. Of course, the body didn't, because it was dead. But the article used the word zombie, and now they remembered it as the zombie incident. Are zombies real? Well, no, personally I don't think they are.
I'd say yes, but not in the sense that we think, like with fungus and shit, yeah. But like, you don't count cannibals or nothing like that. But there is, I guess you could say there's a zombie virus for insects and not humans. I don't know if you could count the fungus for that, but I see that as a way of a zombie apocalypse, not just for insects, but for also humans too. Because literally that fungus, all it needs is heat. I may be chatting, but I think it just needs heat. It just needs more heat to constantly evolve to get to a point to where it can affect human bodies. And with the fact that the earth is heating up, like, nigga, places are getting hotter, I'm not gonna say it's more plausible, but it's more possible. But like, I don't think it's possible in our lifetimes, unless some shit happens that we don't know about. Not like some shit, but well, that too. And then also like experiments or some shit. Like, who knows what the government's doing? Like, we really won't know unless they're out in the open about it. But the government is never open about. You know, we ain't gonna talk, but we're not starting this conversation. It is too early. This is the first video I'm reacting to. Niggas tripping. Point Raven, your channel will be in the description down below, where I always put the rest of my channel. Where I always put the rest of the creators' channels that we react to, so we can always show credit and support, and also so the community, the Mari Mob, not Mari Mob, 82 Society can also go and show support if they really do fuck with the person's channel. But let's get back into this.
But there are quite a few reports of zombies that I saw coming out of specifically Taiwan, so I wanted to see what was going on. The earliest documented version of the Chikan case I found were 2 threads from 2016 on PTT, which was like Taiwanese Reddit. User Wong M talked about how their cousin saw someone sitting on the grave of a person who had been murdered. This person would be seen multiple times by multiple people, and the farmers got suspicious. They also mentioned that the person buried there was a gangster. Eventually, a crowd got together at the bridge and dug up the grave. They found that the gangster's body hadn't decomposed but was slightly shriveled, with long fingernails and sharp teeth, and his hair had also grown longer. After unearthing the zombie, they immediately moved the body onto the pile of dry wood and lit a fire. While burning it, my cousin kept hearing shrill screams. This incident was recently posted on Facebook, and the description was similar to my cousin's, but with some minor differences. First things first, this reads like a creepypasta. Did all the names and places they were talking about.
Even the format of this shit, bro. This is just a Nexpo video. This what's the other bro's name? Fuck. There's Nexpo and then there's the other YouTuber. They both do these type of videos, diving into dark and dark rabbit holes, and then just government officials that have some type of questionable background and shit. All types of people, all types of fucking things in human society, low key.
Exist? So they mentioned a farmers association, and the closest I found was the Ziguan District Farmers Association with a branch in Chikan, which was at number 75 Chikan East Road. There was also a cemetery right next to it, translated to Ziguan District Public Cemetery number 3. But Wong M also said it was next to Guago Bridge, and there's no bridge to be seen in that area. After some more digging, the name might actually be slang. Guago Chao, or Guago Bridge, translated to bridge over the ditch. So if we look behind the Farmers Association branch and near the cemetery, there is what looks like a ditch. And the road going that way passes by the cemetery and splits into 2 parts. And one half goes higher, so I can see how that could have been called a bridge. So no way to be absolutely sure, and this whole thing still reads like a creepypasta, but if it happened, it probably happened there.
Okay. Little case ain't really going nowhere for real. Or is he gonna cook up
About 6
something?
months later, after that post, another user by the name of Puru made a follow-up post about the same topic.
Oh shit. I was about to say, is this case closed and we gonna go on to the next possible zombie case? Because it's like nothing was really going anywhere. He was just really just exploring for real. But maybe this got something. But I'd be fucking terrified if zombies was real. Imagine that. Because, like, if y'all have seen Fear the Walking Dead, and if not, go watch, like, the first season. You don't even have to watch the rest if you don't want to. I'll stop at season 3. But, that's personally because I like sci-fi movies or shows like that. Apocalyptic films, movies. I mean, shows. Films, movie shows. Really just natural disaster type shits too. Like, I have an interest in all types of films. Like, but enough of me. See what this post is talking about. Maybe we could see where this was supposed to go.
A Chikan local with the username Nelscan had reached out to Wang M, who forwarded the conversation to Puru. Nelscan talked about how the incident happened right by where he lived.
Oh shit, I'd be pissed.
He asked some of the village elders about it, and what he heard was essentially identical to what Wang M had said.
He mentioned that it used to be a graveyard and it was overgrown with weeds. This explained the rough state on Street View. Oh, okay. So back then where we was just at, I don't know exactly where. Maybe I'm bugging. Oh, I wasn't. Yeah, it looks overgrown as hell. You love to see it, but like,
he also added that
in
he
this
refused to
context.
call the dead man a gangster because his descendants were sitting local politicians.
Wait, huh? As it been referred to a local celebrity, however, the people I asked rarely mentioned that the person was a gangster boss, and according to explicit gossip, The descendants of the grave's owners are local elected officials. This hint is super clear. If you're interested, go look it up. I wonder why they hid that then. And my bad for sniffling so much. My nose is fucked up right now. I'm recording outside, by the way. But I think, why are they trying to cover that up? A death of an elected official, though, that is nuts. But why, though? Like, was the person that even brought up or originally started this saying of the person being a gangster boss, was this person trying to cover it up and trying to make it seem like it was just like some street shit? Even though this ain't even in, I mean, it don't matter if it's not in America. Street shit happens everywhere. But yeah, bro just tried to cover up. You like, oh shit, this is an elected official? We just gonna, all right, we just, hey, look, we just gonna say this nigga was a gangster boss? Da-da-da-da-da, whatever. Hopefully niggas don't find out. That's, how I see it. Somebody was trying to hide this, trying to make it seem less than what it was, because it's an elected official, and elected officials are very high in power and important people in terms of their government and their government positions, and to the people, depending on their position, obviously. But yeah, an elected official, fuck was happening? But obviously though, I'm sorry, this is the last time I'm pausing. Obviously though, yeah, we should know how these government officials move. Maybe he was into some shit. I don't want to say he was, but it's a possibility. Cause how did he even? How? Like, why? Why did they murder him?
A YouTube video in which allegedly a local woman told the full story of the zombie incident.
Huh?
But of course, that video was now private. In April 2017, both Set News and ET Today covered the incident, which is how I'm sure a much larger audience heard about it. And since then, zombies have sort of become a part of the local superstition and culture. In 2019, Now News did a deep dive into the mystery. They now added that after the burial, the deceased family did not have a peaceful life. Many people experienced health problems, and several young adults in the area died mysteriously.
What the fuck? What do you mean?
They also said, after the coffin was pried open, everyone found that the deceased showed no signs of decomposition and had grown long fingernails and sharp teeth, and his hair had also grown longer.
Oh, fuck no. See, there's some, like, somebody put a curse on your family, my nigga. Had to. What the fuck? People just started developing health problems, and what? Young adults in the area just started to die mysteriously. I would move. Literally, immediately, just with the family that's left, move as quickly as you can. I don't know if that'll do anything, but like, holy shit, nigga, bro, my family just start randomly dropping after the death of somebody else. Nah, I'm cool.
Everyone found that the deceased showed no signs of decomposition and had grown long fingernails and sharp teeth, and his hair had also grown longer. So 2 years after the PTT post, we lost the detail that the body was a bit shriveled. So the body was just in good condition. On top of ET Today, CT Want and FTV also ran zombie stories in 2022. The incident in Chikan wasn't the only one, though. There was another popular case from Chishan, a district about an hour from Chikan. A discussion on an old Taiwanese bulletin board from July 2000.
And it's not just one person, bro. I keep hearing, not hearing, but seeing their hair is growing and their nails are still growing. I heard from older generations that he was a living corpse. That is disturbing. Like, what? What would even make you want to even open it up and just go like, what's happening here? Like, dead ass. Because I could not, I wouldn't be able to just go over there, open it up, and just be like, oh yeah, nah. My pop's hair and nails are still growing. The fuck is happening here?
2006 that was mirrored on Usenet, now archived on Google, talked about a similar incident. A user named Boring Life talked about how in the 60s, the father of the owner of Santaoshan theme park died of an illness. The boss's father's body stiffened after death, turning him into a so-called zombie. And the hair and nails still grew. I heard from older generations that he was a living corpse. At first, it would wander around its own hilltop, seemingly on patrol. Later, some residents saw it and were terrified. They trapped it on the trunk of a banana tree and then sent it to be cremated.
What y'all mean y'all saw it? Fuck, this was on display? Niggas could just go up and see his corpse? The hell? But yeah, they did the right thing. Cremate his body. That's exactly how I want to go. No motherfuckers is tampering or tinkering with my body, nigga. Fuck. Straight cremate my shit. Turn my shit into ashes once I'm gone. I'm cool. I don't need y'all touching my body, man. Hell no. I'll see y'all. And I don't need no ghost, poltergeist, or demons trying to possess my body, trying to come back on some crazy shit. Like, fuck no. Even, like, I sound a little wild, but, like, still, like, in this hypothetical, like, nah. Not even hypothetically. Like, I actually do want to get cremated. But, like, bro, if this was happening in the U.S., you know what's funny? We probably wouldn't do nothing. We would be the first niggas to go. Like, oh yeah, bro, that's nothing. That's just the natural way of life. Nigga come out the grave. He straight slime his friends out. Whoever, it's over. Like, niggas gotta pay attention to this. Even if, like, what we think ain't real. It's just like, what is happening? Like, what the fuck? And then hearing the older generations calling him a living corpse. Huh? What is all these coincidences with this nigga hair growing, with stuff of his body still growing, and then the older generation calling him a living corpse? No. Let's get the scientists. Let's get the scientists over here so they can really look at this shit and, you know, really assess what the fuck is going on. Because I don't know what's happening. I'll be terrified too. It would defy all logic for me if I see a motherfucker hair and shit still growing. What? Fuck you mean? This nigga just sleep? Nah, that was insensitive. My fault. That was crazy. But literally though, fuck you mean everything's still growing? Like, huh? Like, I'm still on that. Like, how? How can that even be a thing?
April 2007, a user on PTT told a very similar story. The dead man's body seemed to move on its own, and that terrified the town residents. This post went into a lot more detail and said that the zombie jumped on top of a Taoist priest, and it took a group of the village men to pull it off of him. They mentioned that the zombie's muscles were very stiff, and it seemed to have super strength. This version also had the part about restraining the zombie with
Let me read these comments, man. Usually in Chinese, they refer it as vampire before Western vampire has a term. Canine teeth turns to fang, nail and hair are growing, skin slowly stop decomposing. Usually refer to vampire to zombie. I can't read that. Usually these turning into vampire. Wait, what? Usually these turning into vampire dead bodies using the term. I guess I get it. So it's like, more so vampire than zombie. I don't know. This shit sound like a dream. It sounds like a dream, bro. But it's due to misunderstanding the process of decomposition. The skin, as mentioned, can shrivel and retract, making this. Yeah. I'm like, are y'all sure?
a banana tree and then cremating
I'm
it.
like, are y'all sure this ain't just a natural way? That's the reason why I'm stuck on the nails and the hair shit. It's cause, like, nigga, your hair and nails don't keep growing. So it's either I'm missing a component of understanding how corpses work, or there's some shit. And I think, well, yeah, I think it's the reality version. This is just the way the body is just decomposing. I don't believe all this other shit. This shit that he just added, it might be fake. That's my prediction. But everything else about the dead body and them assuming like the nails is growing and shit, that could just be their own interpretation and that just being a misconception. So I think that's what it is. After seeing that comment about the natural way of how nails look longer after a certain amount of time due to the skin tightening up or whatever, yeah, I'm seeing it.
User said that the cremated remains of the man were kept in a temple at Santaoshan Park. So the father running it and then the son owning it checked out. It was built in 1937 by Chen Qiuliang, and the second generation owner was Chen Kunshan. No death date on the father, but it's plausible that he passed in the 60s given the timeline. There also was a temple at Santaoshan, but the claim that Chen Qiuliang's ashes were there was all internet discussion and urban legend. Same with pretty much anything having to do with him attacking a Taoist.
I already knew that. I knew it. I mean, come on, bro. Now when you got the nigga that's supposed to be dead attacking people, moving like with all this strength and shit, it's impossible or unbelievable. I won't call it impossible because who's to say certain things? I mean, we don't understand the universe, my nigga, first off. So who's to say that there's something that can't break the laws of physics or has already broke the laws of physics? We don't know the limitations of the universe. Shit, we know the limitations of Earth, and well, I could say we hardly even know that. Nigga, we haven't even explored all the ocean. The fuck? Who are we to say that the universe has these strict laws, my nigga? When we haven't even found out everything. Not everything, but found out more about the universe, explored more planets, inhabited those planets, colonized those planets. We have not done any of that. So I'm not gonna be like, yeah, bro, that's true, because like the laws of physics, nah, bro. I have an open brain, open mind. Y'all can call it stupid or dumb if y'all want to, but I just say I keep my brain open so I can remain interested in a lot of things, because there could be, oh boy, okay, there could be a numeral of things that could be happening in this universe that we just do not know about. There could be literally anything, because I don't want to sound stupid, crazy, or nothing, but bro, there's a way, I just know there's a way that we could have powers. I just know there's a way. There has to be. There's no way there isn't a certain area in a universe or just out in the multiverse, if that ever becomes a true thing, that like if the multiverse becomes confirmed, that damn near confirms superpowers for me. I ain't gonna lie. But yeah, back to this. I don't mean to deter off into that area. I'm gonna find videos for that type of topic, but back to this, the main topic, zombies in Taiwan. Yeah. I had to read. I was about to say the priest, but not the zombie. I knew the shit with the zombie moving around, beginning to react, stimulated, and all that. This shit cap. But I do believe the corpse shit though. I believe their misconception and misunderstanding of it. They're like, oh shit, is this nigga alive? Nah, bro. Now the hair shit, I haven't seen a explanation on that, I think. So there's still a question mark on that. But wait, hold on. Let me look into this. Same thing with the longer hair too. Older generations weren't as dumb as the current ones. Just because you learned the fact from a Reddit post doesn't mean the older gens were too dumb to understand it. So you hate waffles, that reply. That's literally what it means. Literally, he hates waffles.
Priest. A third zombie case came from 1974 from Daju in Taidun County. According to FTV, in 1974, a villager accidentally discovered a murder while passing through a cemetery. a young man was found in a tree, his neck entangled in the branches, a gruesome scene. The next day, another man was found dead nearby, in an even more horrific condition, with foreign objects piercing his abdomen and chest. Police arrived at the scene but found nothing unusual and closed the case as the men choosing to leave this world behind. However, after these two murders, strange events followed. Villagers discovered that some graves in the cemetery had been dug up and the bodies had disappeared. Later, some dogs were killed with human teeth marks on their wounds, and all their blood had been sucked out. They pulled the chicken coop open and found a corpse inside. The soles of the corpse were still covered in damp mud, making it seem as if the body had just gotten up and moved around. Just as the body was being cremated, someone heard the zombie howling, and the stench of the corpse lingered.
How believable is this? Because you could just dig up the bodies of corpses, kill 2 dogs, right? Or however many, and then blame it on the dogs. I mean, not dogs, the zombies. As if the zombies weren't moving because of the current circulating information about potential zombies actually existing. So maybe somebody used that as a fucked up way to get to dogs and get to be able to, murder them without getting caught. Now, maybe they did get caught. We haven't gotten to that point yet, but I kind of hope that we do figure this out. Because what do you mean? Oh shit, I'm looking at dogs. I'm bugging. My fault. I mean chicken. My fault. I'm dealing with a lot. My nose is mad stuffy and niggas got mad mucus coming up, bruh. So this shit fucking me up.
Also, the name mentioned here, Zhonghui, is actually a spirit, not a person. So this meant that they had a Taoist priest.
Huh? Wait, no.
Mentioned here, Zhonghui is actually a spirit, not a person. So this meant that they had a Taoist priest perform a ritual, and then they found the body of the zombie, or so-called zombie.
Type shit.
The article had no sources, even though it's from a major news outlet, and I couldn't find anything on my own about the incident. And that's the thing with all 3 of these cases. We're talking Asian countryside in the 60s and 70s. Something like this would have been passed down by word of mouth, and any local coverage, if there were any, probably wouldn't have survived until the internet era.
Mm-hmm.
So, whenever I hear a case about zombies, I think rabies or certain hard drugs. Someone going through either of those would be confused, aggressive, not holding back on their strength, so characteristics of a zombie, but Taiwan's last rabies case was in 1961, and then they declared it eradicated. It wasn't around, so I think that rules that out. As for the hard drugs, well, it's an existing issue like it is in most countries. It's definitely possible, but then that meant the village got together and murdered someone for being high. From my research, I learned that a Taiwanese traditional burial had another step. Months or years after the burial, the family opened up the grave, cleaned the bones, and reburied their loved one. Occasionally, they'd find that the body had not decomposed much or at all, and it depended on when they opened it back up and how airtight the grave was. Nails and hair do seem to grow for some time after death, but this effect was more noticeable when the skin started to dry and pull back sometime after death. There are stories all around the world about dead bodies continuing to grow hair and nails after death, and depending on where, they might call it a vampire or a witch instead of a zombie, but same story, different place. Actually, in March 2026, there were a handful of articles about a 60-something-year-old grave being reopened in Taiwan and the body inside it barely decomposed. Except this time, nobody called it a zombie. So there's our answer for the bodies being in good condition. As for the original story at Chikan about someone sitting atop a grave, it could literally be that. It's just a living person who decided to sit down on a grave. I'm not really sure about the attacking people part, so tell me what you think. So I think what happened was
That attacking people part, I think that's just a whole ass facade. Just to hype up the little zombie shit. Just like, oh, it got up and started doing this, and that. Bro, I'm telling you. I'm like, it did what? Hold on, huh? Like, niggas is gonna be like, alright, hold on, let me dig into this. And then there's gonna be the people that's gonna wanna also just make their fake stories too. It's just gonna start spreading. People gonna be, everybody gonna be talking about it. Everybody that has seen what the exact same person on here has seen with the dry skin, dry nails. I mean, not dry nails, longer nails, longer hair, quote unquote. They're gonna probably. I don't know how they just all came to the same like after to a certain point. Like, you gotta stop lying, my nigga. How do you? How do you How do you keep going? Like, genuinely, especially like on some place like a equivalent to Reddit. Like, I'm not gonna just keep on lying. I would never even put myself in this position. But I don't know. Maybe it's just a wide difference of culture that, like, it's just a misconception of death. Like, it's a misunderstanding of death and how it processes and works and how, the body goes. Maybe that's all it really is. But yeah, that zombie shit with the zombie moving around, nah. Same with the chicken shit. Somebody just dug those bodies out and killed those chicken. How? I don't know. But they got ways. Shit. You'd be surprised with what people do in life, bro. Especially with how many body cam videos I done watched. You'd be surprised what people do.
In the 60s, the villagers really did open a grave. They really found a body that hadn't decomposed much or at all, and they really did burn it in front of the crowd. Everything else was superstition. Someone trying to make it scarier than it was.
Exactly.
At the end of the day, Taiwan is quite superstitious, like many other places in Asia. And that's why mysteries like this end up in major news outlets. And so their superstitions end up being very fleshed out and with not too many people trying to debunk it, which lets the legend move on. On the other hand, digging and living back up is quite common, especially if they're trapped under the rubble after an earthquake. Check out my video on Frida Sofia Ledesma.
Oh, wow.
Who was allegedly buried alive in the rubble of her school after the 2017 Puebla earthquake.
Damn.
But then the Mexican government made a statement about her that shocked the entire world.
We also want to clarify that we have no knowledge of the version that was circulated with the girl's name. We never had any knowledge of that version, and we don't believe we are certain that it was not with the public education department. Okay. Great video, interesting video. But this just, again, nothing supernatural for real. It's just a bunch of misunderstandings through people. It's interesting though, because it's like through certain things like fungus, yes, zombies are possible, but it's like through a wide range of evolution, constant changing, adapting, all types of shit. Like, it's just like, to get to a point where zombies is walking around and it's just so infectious to the point to where the global human race is down to like it's 10,000s or hundreds of thousands of people left, going from like literal billions or however many humans is on Earth nowadays to literal tens to 10,000s, 10,000 to thousands or whatever, however many seems more realistic in the zombie apocalypse. I don't fucking know. But that is it for today's video, y'all. If you want to see more content like this, go ahead and leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Share the video to another friend that manages this type of content. Point Raven, go to video, bro. I may or may not check out more of your stuff. I'm gonna see what else you got for me. You know what I'm saying? Or I might just tap into you back in another few weeks or so. Might dabble into a different other content creators that make similar content to bro. But his channel will be in the description down below. Like I said in the I wouldn't say the intro, but like the first few minutes of the video. You can also share, or not even share, but go look at my gaming channel, my new gaming channel. You know what I'm saying? We starting off strong. He's looking good for the channel over there. You know what I'm saying? I'm dropping Halo content, Dragon Ball Z content, Let's Plays, horror games. There's all types of bangers on that motherfucker. I even got a Discord on there. And you can support me through all my socials. Y'all see them right there. If y'all need to contact me through any way for any business, you know what I'm saying, I can view my email and shit, email me type shit. But like, yeah, man, that is it for today's video. Hopefully y'all enjoyed. Hopefully y'all had a great time, because I did. Y'all could also even come over here. I do have my email over here. So yeah, tap in, man. Tap in with the videos. Tap in with all you haven't seen. And I'll see y'all in the next video, y'all. Peace.